Alrighty, g'day everyone. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. There we go, not much lag today, which is good. Hope everyone's well. Just familiarise yourself with the standard disclaimer, which says that everything is for educational purposes only and that you are responsible for your own decisions. By continuing to view this, you agree to those terms. So, hope everyone has had a reasonable day. Go safe, Howard, Alistair, Rays. Alright, let's jump in. Alright, so the S&P 500. So I spoke about this. Come on. Couple of levels that we were watching. Wanted to see it pull up in the 40-60 box. It hasn't. Last kind of line is my bottom channel here. The steepness of this is a little concerning. We did speak about also too, you know, where's 1-2 in here? I don't kind of see it. The only thing this could be now, which I hope it is the ending diagonal into C. So A, B, C can be here. This was 100%. Can be down here as well. So until we sort of get some momentum, at least break the anchor here, we've got to be risk off and bearish. The level that I didn't want to see breached was this one. So you can see we've done that. So that's not ideal, to say the least. So when you look at the big picture, this we're still within this corrective channel, aren't we? So anyway, we have to respect what we see. We can, however, have this. So larger 1, 2, smaller 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of larger 1, larger 2. A, B, and C in here. That's 2 in there. Alright, so 1, 2, 1, 2. That can be the only bullish possibility now. But if we break through this area here, then it's kind of, yeah, okay, this was just a corrective. So wait and see. Usually correctives are usually relatively contained within this bottom channel, the base channel. Can breach out here a bit, but usually they'll end up sort of something like this. So the fact that we're shown, you know, a third wave through here, time will tell. Can only go on what we can see at this point in time, can't we, folks? Nasdaq is through the base channel. DAX is not. The VIX is still a bit bullish. That's what I'm seeing. So it's still risk off. Dollar index, just pausing around the high here. So don't forget we've got NFP tomorrow, folks. The biggest news event. We can clearly see the market's been ranging pretty much, hasn't it? Where's our anchor? It's back here somewhere. So you can see this is still just ranging price action. But thankfully, some of the trades that we've looked at have actually moved reasonably well, which is great. Euro dollar looks still just in this funk, just going nowhere. That's classic corrective look, just choppy, overlapping, difficult to trade. Alright, so what is it that I am seeing then that is half decent? Just remember too, if you do open some positions, you may want to close out before the weekend, close out before NFP tomorrow. One that I did mention yesterday was copper. I mentioned through here, through the anchor. Well, it's not actually the anchor's here. But through this sort of distribution top. See it here? Straight into the 20, the 200. Well, hoping to see maybe some sort of pullback in here in the squeeze play, but anyway, just popped straight off. Not sure whether anyone got that. So, nice classic retest in here. That would have been a reasonable, entry here. Would have been, a little bit of a tough. I would have been looking for maybe more of an ABC in here, but it's there. Probably on a maybe 2-hour chart might have looked a little better, but look, held the 20. So I thought that was worth mentioning, considering we were looking at it yesterday. So we got this right. Okay, so what am I seeing that's worth setting up, worth watching? Okay, Swiss yen. Got this high through here, resistance through here that it's breached. Back to the 20, which is good. So we're getting this little flat structure here. So I still want to see this into the high, see what I can bring. So this is worth keeping your eye on. And it moves reasonably well, as we can see from last time. So really, we're kind of getting into the highs here. Here's this big flat. So really the only way is a 4-hour. A nice little shakeout through here. The only way really would be to see some sort of structure here that you can lean on. There's really not much there yet, but if we get a bit of safe haven buying, we might find the Swiss. So this has actually been reasonable. Euro Swiss. Spoke about this last night. It was moving out here. Don't know whether anyone found an entry through there. So this is we've got our 3 white soldiers here. So expect we had a bit of a gap down today too from here. So expect some sort of pullback. Got a little high here. So given maybe a few days like this, if we get a pop through there, that'd be worth looking in here for something. Here's the 20. That'll give the 20 a chance to sort of curl around like this, and they're shorter term to act like that. A 4-hour. Nice momentum through here. Here's the 20. Here's the 200. So prefer to see back in here. Something like that. Euro Swiss. That was on our list yesterday. Okay, we had dollar yen on the list yesterday as well. So dollar yen pushed through here. We said about this structure here, didn't we? Pushing into the high. That's done that. We said about just taking shorter term trades in there if you were going to trade this. So I haven't put that back on. Ones that I will mention though is a couple new ones. So dollar Swedish. I'm not going to include this, but notice we've got the big push through here. Now, I'm always wary of the B into C. But you'll notice here's the shorter term moving average, here's the 20. Got the move up, got an outside engulfing, and then we're really just tightening here. So we're tightening within this. Right? So we've kind of got a complex pullback. There's that move out, and there's our P pattern. So this could easily pop and move. I haven't included it. The daily's just a little overcooked for my liking. The other one, which is very similar, but it's moved. Look, dollar Singapore. So see, it's got that same look in here. But notice this one's broken. So often markets heading into big news will fake out. So is this a fake out? But notice this looks very similar through here. So that's kind of what we wanted to see on dollar Swedish. So if we get that back, might get another, something sets up here again. So I just thought I'd mention those. I haven't included those, but I thought I would mention those as worthwhile watching. Okay, counter trend longs. Singapore yen. This was on the list yesterday as well. Remember this in here? We said be aware of the anchor, but setup is a setup. Right, so there's the anchor right there. Notice how nice this was. Very similar to dollar yen. Back to the 4 hour. Enter through there. You want to have taken some profit here. I know the reward to risk is a bit skewed. Your stop would have been down here, 41, and you would have got maybe 25. But I mean, obviously we're hoping it, pulls back and then heads off again. So that's worth keeping on your radar. Everything else looks okay. Couple more from yesterday. Euro yen. We looked at this trend line. We noted this trend line through here, this channel line. We said wait for this, see if we can get a squeeze into it. So we've got it. We've now got an outside bar out of this structure here. This is still counter trend. Oops, sorry about that noise in the background. Nice momentum here. Look, pull back to the 20. G'day Hassan. So, don't know whether anyone got anything through here, took an entry through there. Not bad. Wait for this to set up again. Maybe a little extended. Well, we do have some structure inside. See this? There's divergence between these two. There's divergence between this one and this one. Look. All right, so just be mindful of that. All right, look back to the previous fourth. Classic example. So looking for this to be larger 5. Where's Howard? What do you think, Howard? Do you like that one? It's a great example. So let's have a look at wave 1. Straighten it up. Let's bring it up, put it on 4. You see it's already done 1-to-1. Let's have a look at the structure in this 5th. See if it gives us any clues. Okay, yeah, it sure does. Here. So let's have a look between these two. The stochastic we do. RSI, no. Nice movement through here on third. Lack of movement through there on the fifth. So it's kind of making me think that it might be sort of done. Watch how it plays out in around here. That could extend, otherwise it may end up back here. So I'm not going to include it for that reason, but that was worth looking at yesterday. Okay, we also looked at, who remembers from yesterday that the only dollar pairs I liked, dollar Norwegian. Who remembers that one? Well, these are the only ones that actually moved reasonable. Well, we've got our inverted head and shoulders. We should look for the break, look for a setup. Dollar Norwegian was on the list. We had a nice push through it. So we had the push. AB, shallow C, entry through there, stop here. Well, you've got your 1-to-1 already. Anyone? No? Okay. The other one? Dollar South African Rand. This one as well. Nice move through here. We looked at it in here. Howard. Yeah, DAX is pretty... Howard says he overtraded on the DAX. Yes, that can certainly happen. Dollar South African Rand. We liked this as it was setting up. And the rules with this pattern. Entry above the high of the pattern. So once it formed. We didn't mention the volume, but it was acceptable. Right, so there's our rising 3. So we really didn't get any sort of pullback, much of a pullback either, did we? So that triggered correctly. So that was it there. So through there, we stopped probably 60% of this one. And this is probably a little far, swing down there. Didn't give us a lot of room. So obviously one take profit around the high. You can see it paused there. So this worked as well. This is a good example of rising 3. Got to go in my playbook, that one. Beautiful. Yeah, it's not bad. Safe. It's an igniting pattern. So you can see there, it ignited the move, broke through here. Alright, so what do I like short? So gold we looked at yesterday. Well, we spoke about this pull, but we spoke about this probably heading short. We had this big pullback in here. And we did say wait for something down here, didn't we? We said if you take the break here, be careful of the fake out. Would have been nicer to have seen, kind of something earlier there, but we didn't get it. When we looked at it, it was actually setting up as the inverted cup with handle. Hey, Kelvin. So this is what we had. So that was pretty good. Right, we suspected it had already done its fake out, so that was a beautiful move. Hope a couple of you got on that. Then we had the retest in classic gold fashion. Look, retest high to shake everybody out. Right, those people that are looking at the retest here and getting short through here, their stops are only going to be sort of here. They're not going to be up here. Right, so they got reamed. Back down again. Let's have a look if there was anything on the shorter time frames. Yeah, not really in around here, was there? Through the low there, look at the shake through there. Well, that would have been a good short-term trade. All right, so I still like this. Still like this short. Just wait for another setup in here. And yeah, Calvin, look, I've got the A. So measured move. Somebody asked about this the other day. I think it was headshot. A, B, C, D. So here's D. There's your measured move, just above the low. So that would still count as 1, 2. Right, I'm not hanging my hat on that count. It does work. But we can easily get, we can still easily get a move through the low here. So we spoke about this in here. Possible 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're looking at something in there. It looks to me like now this is kind of 1, 2. It looks kind of like 3rd, 4th, 5th. Still bearish. There's that AB equals CD. I've got it right there, just above the low. There's the channel that it's operating in now. So let's see what we get. Don't fight the trend. Gold, short. Now on that same vein, silver. In fact, we should have been looking at this yesterday too, shouldn't we? Took my eye off this one. Apologies, folks. But look at this one here. Excuse me. Same thing, daily. There's AB equals CD. If that's the move that we're trying to look for. So we can see silver quite a bit weaker than gold on the bigger time frame. Might be time to clean this chart up. So that's a big distribution. Break, retest. Okay, so it's broken the 61. It rejected there. It's through again. to respect that. Okay, the 4 hour. Completely missed this. I did. And look, nice little pause through there. That would have been reasonable. So keep this on your radar. A little extended on the 4 hour. However, could get something in there. Just be conscious that you're kind of getting towards the end of that move, and it's getting a little extended. See this on the 4 hour? But even the let's add the 8. See, they're even getting a little extended away from the 8. So just be careful of that. Okay, the Aussie dollar, commodity currency, still down on the weekly. Back to the 20, still bearish. Daily's given us bigger picture head and shoulders here. So look for shorts. So I've got the targets there, 2 head and shoulders targets. Yes, Alice there. All right, so just keep that bigger picture pattern in mind. Just remember, people would be entering short through here. Look, you can see they've got trapped already. Bang. Well, if you draw it properly, see there. Well, so the pattern traders would be in here. Well, so look at the big stretch that it had to do, and then they're stopped out here. Well, so they wouldn't be able to hang on. What do you lean on there? Well, the better entry would have been through the B. That's pretty steep. I don't think I would have taken that. So yeah, as Alistair's mentioned, we're testing in here. So look for this to roll. So it's into the 20 now. Yeah, this could give you something through here. The 60-minute. Notice after all of everything shook out, look, we had the nice consolidation through there, better entry there. Keep that on your list. Bitcoin we spoke about as well. Looking for shorts. We're getting this consolidation in here. Yes, that's certainly deep from a retracement point of view. Through the bottom of the base channel. So it respects it here, mills around and bang, through. We're watching it. We're watching this through here. We're just getting this consolidation here. So look for something in here. It's holding the channel. The trend line through there. Well, it's respecting that. So that's worthy. Got a little bit of a price void underneath. Bitcoin. And the pound was on our list yesterday too. So there's easily 4 or 5 good trades from yesterday. Pound is just a little bit of a concern in terms of where it is on the weekly. And have we had 1, 2, 3, 4 and into 5? There it is there. So the other one would be here. All right, so wave 1, wave 5 here or here. Or anything in between, of course. So it's actually done, it's actually completed the kind of the what we would expect. So just be mindful of this. What do we see on the 4 hour? So we really haven't got anything we can count here yet, other than. So be mindful of that. You definitely make a case for the ending diagonal. All right, we've got throw under as well. So you can make a case of both here. Well, this could be 1, 2, look, got the ABC through there. That one's the one that we looked at yesterday. 1, 2, and then a smaller 1, 2 here. If so, that shouldn't break there. You can see it's pausing there. So I'm not sure. There's the answer. I want to probably see this up and roll here. Keep it on your list, but just be wary, just be mindful of that. So that is what I'm seeing, folks. Any quick questions? So some good setups yesterday, some good setups, good directions yesterday that we got. So still risk off. Any questions, folks? A few of you catch some of those ideas yesterday. Some of you catch those markets yesterday. Find some entries on those. So take a screen grab of the the watch list. Or if you've got the app, the FXF Traders app, I've put it on there. I think so, Alistair. I think it was supposed to be this week, but I think the back end. I will let you know anyway. Put it that way. I think they're still working on subscription. I will certainly let you know. But make use of it while it's not. But hopefully some of you join us. I think most of you are used to my sort of analysis. All right, if there's no other questions, folks, we will call it a day there. So thank you for your company have a great weekend. Don't forget tomorrow, NFP, so biggest news event of the month. Just be mindful of that with your trades, and if you're in profit, think about taking something off the table, or closing them out, or putting your stop into profit if you've got enough of a buffer. Just remember though too, the volatility can bring wide spreads, so you may not get filled at your trail at your stop price. You might get a little bit of slippage, so just be mindful of that, folks. Generally, unless I've got a decent profit buffer, my default is usually just to close out, start afresh. As we did, last week with CAD Yen, I put the note out about closing that out if you weren't comfortable, and that was the right choice. All right, folks, take care, trade safe, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.